In Martin Scorsese's classic crime film Goodfellas, we follow the exploits of small-time crook Henry Hill and his mob associates. I've made several videos on Goodfellas and other crime films and shows such as The Godfather, The Irishman and The Sopranos, and will continue to do so feel free to check out the channel and subscribe if you like what you see. Before we continue, I just want to quickly say that this video is sponsored by Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN is a tool that encrypts your data and hides your virtual location. When you connect to a VPN server, your device is given a new IP and DNS address. All of the traffic is encrypted and routed towards the VPN server. When the traffic arrives at the server, the VPN server decrypts the information and allows the traffic to access the desired destination, thus giving access to media and websites of the selected location. One of the great benefits of using Atlas VPN is that it grants you access to geo-restricted titles on streaming services. As a crime film fan who's based in the UK, I've used Atlas VPN to watch films like Martin Scorsese's The Departed, which is not available in my area. All I had to do was choose a US server on the Atlas VPN app, log back into Netflix, and voila, there it is. Using Atlas VPN is simple. It's available across all devices from Windows, Mac, Android and iOS, and can be used to unlock Disney+, Amazon Prime, BBC iPlayer, Hulu, HBO and more. Along with the data encryption and unlocking worldwide media, Atlas VPN also provides a data breach monitor feature which helps keep track of your email account security. Data breach monitor lists all the data breaches in which your email address has been exposed, and in cases where your email address has been breached, it gives you a heads up message that can potentially save you from losing your online accounts to hackers. Currently, Atlas VPN is running a huge discount on their 3-year deal for just $1.39 per month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. The deal won't last for long, so make sure to check it out by clicking the link in the description below. Henry Hill is involved in scams, hijacking and drug dealing, and he is an associate of the Lucchese crime family and mobster Paul Vario, called Paul Cicero in the film. Hill is eventually arrested on narcotics charges and becomes an FBI informant, testifying against his former mafia associates, an event which resulted in 50 convictions, including those of Paulie and Jimmy, both of whom are depicted in the movie. One of Hill's mob associates is the volatile and unhinged gangster Tommy DeSimone, called Tommy DeVito in the film. Played by Joe Pesci, DeSimone was a mobster involved in the infamous 1978 Lufthansa heist from the JFK International Airport, which was the largest robbery in US history at the time. The amount stolen is thought to be almost $6 million. As shown by Pesci's Oscar-winning performance, DeSimone was a ruthless psychopath. He is thought to have murdered in excess of at least 10 people, though the true body count is not known. Henry Hill has said that DeSimone would sometimes kill someone simply because he wanted to try out a new firearm and used other humans as target practice. An unpredictable mobster, DeSimone, along with Hill and Jimmy Burke, worked under mob capo Paul Vario. Hill has allegedly described Tommy DeSimone as a homicidal maniac, and has also stated, "Tommy DeSimone was fucking animalistic, deranged, vicious and fearless about killing, hurting and going after people too. It didn't matter who you were or what you were or who you were with, he's gonna go after you and kill you even if it took him forever to do it. He was relentless. If you annoyed him or pissed him off, he'd kill you on the spot without hesitation. He'd kill you with a gun, a knife, a baseball bat, a lead pipe, brass knuckles, even his fists. He was tough as nails too. He was one tough, treacherous motherfucker. He was a true force to be reckoned with. He'd beat the shit out of any man, no matter how big a guy might be or how tough a guy might be. Tommy was always ready to fight them in a heartbeat, and always found a way to win. Tommy loved and enjoyed killing people, torturing people, hurting people, and beating people up. He was good at killing people. He killed a lot of people for the mafia and for his own sick pleasure. He was worse than any serial killer who ever lived. He was a pure psychopath. He was a fucking killing machine with no soul. He was the most psychotic motherfucker you'd ever meet in your life. Just a fucking stone cold killer. He was pure evil. You look up evil in the fucking dictionary and you'd see his face, the fucking devil himself. There are endless amounts of sadistic stories attributed to Tommy DeSimone, and it may have something to do with him trying to prove himself to the mob after his older brother became an informant, something which has been suggested by Henry Hill. He is thought to have committed his first murder at the age of 19 when he was walking down the street and spotted a passing pedestrian, a complete stranger, completely unknown to both Hill and DeSimone, and he turned to Hill and said, "Hey Henry, watch this." DeSimone yelled, "Hey cocksucker," and pulled out a .38 caliber pistol and shot and killed the innocent man. Hill exclaimed, "That was cold-blooded, Tommy." DeSimone replied, "Well, I'm a mean cat." Evidently, as psychotic as Tommy seems to be in the movie Goodfellas, he was quite clearly toned down. Even still, we get more than enough taste of Tommy's sadistic nature, such as his intimidation of Henry during the famous funny house scene, and the shooting of Spider for no reason, and then the murder of Spider after the bartender tells Tommy to fuck himself after a torrent of verbal abuse is thrown at Spider by Tommy. Tommy also gets into a spat with Gambino made man Billy Batts over breaking balls, and he subsequently kills him by beating and stabbing him to death with Jimmy Burke. It may interest you to learn then that there was one murder committed by Tommy DeSimone that he felt remorseful, or at the very least was hesitant in doing. It may seem crazy that such a psychotic individual would have any qualms around murdering someone, but it apparently is the case. The Lufthansa heist, organized by Jimmy Burke and involving Tommy DeSimone, incepted from a tip-off from Henry Hill, involved a crew of around 6 men. One of these men was the black criminal Parnell Edwards, known as Stax, and played by Samuel L. Jackson in Goodfellas. His job was to take a truck used in the heist and drive it to a junkyard where mafia contacts would compact it, destroying any evidence. The heist itself was successful, but as the film Goodfellas shows, Stax, instead of doing his duty, went to his girlfriend's, did drugs, and fell asleep at her house. The police found the truck, and with a muddy boot print matching a pair of shoes owned by Stax, immediately making him a liability to the mob. Stax, a well-liked figure among his associates, is thought to have continued to hang around his mob associates' club after the incident. As Henry Hill stated, Stax should have been running for his life, but instead he's in Roberts screwing around. Eventually, the order came in for Stax to disappear, and Paul Vario gave the order to Tommy. However, Tommy, who was good friends with Stax, the two having known each other for years, didn't want to do it. Paulie is reported to have said, "Stax has got to go. He'll give up every one of us." And Tommy replied, "Paulie, how can you ask me to whack Stax? I mean, him and me go back before I can remember. I'm the only person on earth he trusts." Tommy was eventually persuaded after being told by Paulie that he would do whatever he could for Tommy to get his button, i.e. become a made man, if he went through with the murder, and it is only after this that Tommy agreed. Tommy visited Stax, who is thought to have gone into hiding from the police after his fingerprints were identified in the truck, and he was let in by Stax, and as Goodfellas shows, Tommy put several bullets into the man, killing him. He is reported to have said, "Sorry pal, I hope it didn't hurt. Sooner or later I'll see you in heaven or hell. Wherever you're going, I'm sure that's where I'll be going." According to one source I've read, Tommy was in a distraught mood and phoned up Stax's mother the day after the murder and said, "I'm so sorry ma'am about what happened to Stax." Of course, we never know what information available to us is completely true or not. Hill himself is known to have embellished facts, but it does seem clear from numerous sources that Tommy and Stax were friends, and in spite of the horrendous actions committed by Tommy, this was one that he didn't want to do, but did so after being promised he would become a made man. And that event, as the film shows, is one that never came to transpire, as Tommy was tricked into attending what he thought would be his initiation ceremony, but was actually the site of his murder. Tommy's death is a topic for another day, one I've already tackled in a video called "Why Was Jimmy Not Whacked for Killing Billy Batts?" For more videos and similar content, consider subscribing to the channel, and thanks for watching.